is I did not want a boy because I did not want autism. Not that that wasn't my family. It was not. I did find out later it's on Matt's both sides of his family. But my daughter at, I think it was about 15 months, the doctor started bringing it up to me about autism, and I kept shaking my head no, because she wasn't head banging, she wasn't spinning. And so I kept saying, no, she just couldn't, she wasn't speaking. And so it was about right before she was 2, Help Me Grow came and pretty much opened my eyes. I said, yeah, something, yes. I went and researched autism because I think in my head I was too afraid to, because I knew deep down she probably was, but I just didn't want to accept it. And so I started researching it, and I knew right away when I saw all the signs and it was her. And so we started the process where you have to get on wait list. Wait list for autism diagnoses, I think, is 9 months to a year now. Back then, I found a doctor that was under our insurance, and so he got me in within 4 to 5 months. And that took 3 months process to get her diagnosed. And by the time it took me 3 months to accept that she's autistic, I mean, I cried every night. Why her? Why us? What did we do? Blah, blah, blah. And so when her diagnosis came, she came 2 days before Christmas of '08. I was ready. I went in. I didn't cry. We already knew. So we got her diagnosed. We got on every wait list for speech, OT. We did ABA, which is Applied Behavior Analyst. And so we started a home program at 2. And then we started here when she was already started here. So we continued here. And then when she graduated from EI, she went into preschool. So we did 3 years in preschool here. And then it was to get her ready to go to kindergarten. She graduated last year. She's in a public school. She's in a room with typicals. She's there about 60% right now, and she gets pulled out for her speech, her OT at school, and also for if it's too open, she can't concentrate. It's too, if they have free time, she gets pulled out and has one-on-one time. But I've done play therapy, I've done ABA, she's in a social group, she does speech, she does OT, and she does horseback riding therapy. So we've done.
So tell me, when she was first diagnosed, explain to me, what that means. What was her behavior? What was her?
Perfect what?
What was her learning level? Or
she's probably 2 years. Let's see, she was 2 at the time. I would say she's probably equivalent to a 1-year-old. So she's always mature-wise a year behind. Even now she is, because she's 6. But I would say she's somewhere between 4.5, 5. If you look at her mature level, the diagnosing process is horrible. You have a book probably this thick of questions, and you have to sit and answer each one. And it made me feel like a very bad mom, because they used to ask, like, does your child smile at you? When you smile at her, no. Has she ever done that? No. And then I just felt horrible. I walked out of there. I didn't cry there, but I walked out and cried afterwards. And then I had to go back and answer more questions. And then he came to my house, and which is, I think, kinder than what I've heard children's does. So I'm grateful for that. But
and your other kids are typical?
Mm-hmm, my other 2 are. My oldest one is funny. She's very parallel to Ava in autism. Their memories are really, but she doesn't have autism, whereas Ava does. And then my youngest, thank God, he's very laid back, goes with the flow. My last one, because he's been dragged since he was 4 months old to every therapy, and he grew up here in the Library Square.
So what do you see different now that she's been?
Ava, she interacts. When she came here at 2, I remember she didn't sit in circle time from August until February. It took that long to get her to sit in a chair and attend circle time. Now, she follows routine. You have a visual picture schedule for her. She knows when it's time to clean up and move on to the next transition. Transition is very hard for her. She has to be prepared. You have to give her 4 warnings, 5-minute cues, 5 more minutes of whatever, and then go to the next one. And, I mean, her speaking is huge. She did not speak until she was probably like 3.5, maybe 4, and that was with the help. At first she started speaking with pictures, so instead of talking, she would bring, like, I want hug on a card to us. And then we moved to a Dynavox, which is it's technology support, and she started using that as she's a tech girl. I mean, she flies through. And now we have an iPad. We got a grant, so we got an iPad. And that thing has been the best thing ever for her. But she now uses words. She'll ask for things, and it's funny when she'll say, I want apple, please. and stuff like that, but she does it spontaneously. Like, I don't know how her day is, and that's the only thing that I struggle with. Because at kindergarten, if they don't write it down, then I don't know how her day went.
That's good. That's good stuff.